The Tenpai Dragons are a group of fire-attributed dragon-type monsters that are an explosive, high-damage deck whose designs are inspired by the game of Mahjong. A Tenpai Dragon deck is built to go second and finish the duel in a single turn. To ensure this, the deck has the capability of dealing over 37,000 damage through a flurry of relentless attacks. Now, if you've ever been on the receiving end of this, then I know your pain.
Attack, attack, synchro, attack, special summon, synchro, attack. Fun.
The deck is made up of two groups of cards, the Tenpai Dragon monsters, the Sangen spells and traps, and then the mashup of the two, the Sangenpai synchro monsters. These cards were all released together in 2024's booster pack, Legacy of Destruction. Immediately, these cards were recognized as being a meta competitive deck. However, when they hit Master Duel, well, they got even stronger. The reason their power was more exemplified in Master Duel was due to the game's best of one format. This is because many of its cards are one-card combos, allowing players to run a full suit of hand traps to disrupt opponents, as well as bring out a variety of powerful board breakers to wipe whatever the opponent built in the first turn right off the board. And that's not all. If overwhelming power isn't enough for you, well, they have incredible protection abilities as well. In order to stop the opponents from interrupting them, through the deck's field spell, they have the ability to lock down opponents' options by making it so that fire dragons cannot be affected by opponents' cards' effects during the main phase 1. And that's not all. When the deck's boss monster is on the field, the opponent is then prevented from activating any cards or effects during the battle phase at all, making it incredibly difficult to stop the Tenpai Dragons once they get going. And it's at this point I have to ask, who thought this was a good idea? Why make a deck that prevents opponents from interacting with it for 2 phases of the duel? It can play multiple hand traps and board breakers to disrupt you from building your board and then wipe out everything that's left. It can do this because it doesn't need that many of its own cards in its deck, and because it also has multiple one-card starters which can consistently go full combo. Once it has gone full combo, it almost guarantees an OTK on turn 2. Fun facts! I don't like them. Design-wise, awesome. In gameplay, I hate going against them so much. It's just literally, you build a board and then they do every single board breaker under the stun after you've been hand-trapped to death, by the way. And then they just literally obliterate your field. They get one of the Tenpai's monsters on the field and they just pop off and win automatically. In a best of one format, I will add, it really does suck. And now since Tempai can go in a few other decks quite easily, they put them with Sky Striker. Sky Striker does the entire Sky Striker stuff. You use all your hand traps because you think you're playing Sky Striker. And then it's revealed it's actually Tempai. They have one Tempai monster in their hand. After you've used all your resources to try to stop them, they just summon that monster and then you're done. And it's really annoying. So I'm not a huge fan of them, but I'd love to know what you think of them in the comments section below. Do you like them, dislike them? Do you play them, or do you kind of hate them? The name Tenpai Dragon is a play on the term Tempai from Mahjong. It means being just one tile away from a winning hand. With the 3 core Tenpai Dragons, Paidra, Chundra, and Fadra, each being based on the 3 fundamental tiles in Mahjong, which are also known as the Dragon Tiles. They're so clever with their references. Each one of these tiles represents a different concept in Chinese philosophy. The red dragon, Chun, symbolizes balance. The green dragon, Fa, symbolizes fortune. The white dragon, Bai, symbolizes purity. In the Yugioh game, however, each of these dragons shares the archetypal effect to quick effect during the battle phase, synchro summon using itself as a material. Meaning this deck's core ability is its ability to synchro summon in the midst of battle. Their unique effects are Tenpai Dragon Chundra. If you control a fire dragon monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. At the start of the damage step, if a monster battles, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower fire dragon monster from your deck, except another copy of itself. Tenpai Dragon Fadra, if this card is normal or special summoned, or at the start of the damage step, if a monster battles, you can target 1 level 4 or lower fire dragon monster in your grave, special summon it. Your fire dragon monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Tenpai Dragon Paidra. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add to your hand or set 1 Sangen spell or trap from your deck. You take no battle damage from battles involving your fire dragon monsters. The beauty of these 3 monsters is that even going second, if your opponent has a massive monster on the board, you can still slam your monsters into those big monsters to get your attacks on the way to support the rest of the cards in the deck, because Fadra will protect and Pydra will protect your life points. And then you just climb with them. There is also one more main deck dragon. However, this one is different from the other 3. Tenpai Dragon Genroku. Its effect is if this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon this card as a tuner. Then you can increase this card's level by 1. Quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon 1 Tenpai Dragon monster from your deck, except Genroku. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except dragon monsters. This monster's name, Genroku, is a reference to a cheating technique in Japanese Mahjong called Genroku Sumi Komi. This technique involves secretly stacking the Mahjong tiles so a player can easily draw the tiles they need to win. With that in mind, that kind of references what this effect is doing, since Genroku can special summon itself and increase its level by 1, which helps to cheat and easily perform a synchro summon and help to bring out a winning hand, aka the Sangen Synchro monsters, which, if you didn't know, are based on winning hands in Mahjong. But just before we look at them, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because if you do, you won't miss my ultimate Orichalcos Duel mega mix of every single duel in a single video. Coming soon if you subscribe to the channel. The name Sangenpai is derived from the dragon tiles in Japanese Mahjong. These are great tiles because they help create winning hands, such as Sangenpai Bident Dragion. Requires 1 dragon tuner plus 1 non-tuner dragon monster. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target 1 fire dragon monster in your grave, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except dragon monsters. If 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your grave, then you can destroy 1 spell or trap on the field. Visually, this monster is a combination of Chandra and Pydra. Bident Dragion is inspired by the winning hand Shosangen, also known as 3 Little Dragons. This hand consists of a pair of tiles from the dragon suit, along with 1 set of 3 identical tiles, each from the other 2 dragon suits. The 2 heads of this monster represent the 2 sets of 3 dragon tiles required. This monster is part of a larger evolution, as it can be combined with Tenpai Dragon Fadra as well to become the ultimate boss monster, Sangenpai Transcendent Dragion. Requires 1 dragon tuner plus 1 non-tuner dragon monster. Its effect is all monsters your opponent controls must attack if able. Your opponent can activate cards or effects during the battle phase. If this card is synchro summoned, you can change all monsters on the field to attack position. If 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, then you can destroy 1 card on the field. If you wonder, by the way, why these 2 synchro monsters want to destroy a spell or trap on the field when they're summoned, it's so they can destroy the field spell. We'll get to the field spell in more detail in a minute, but the gist of it is when it's destroyed during the battle phase, it can target a dragon synchro monster on the field and double its attack, making for a devastating OTK. Transcendent Dragion is inspired by the winning hand Chosangen, also known as Big 3 Dragons. This hand consists of a set of 3 identical tiles for all 3 dragon suits: Red Dragon, Green Dragon, and White Dragon. Transcendent Dragion's design as a 3-headed dragon reflects how this winning hand requires 3 sets of dragon tiles. But we're not done, as this monster has an alternate counterpart. Trident Dragion. Requires 1 dragon tuner plus 1 non-tuner dragon monsters. Must be synchro summoned. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target up to 2 other cards you control, destroy those targets. And if you do, for each destroyed card, this card gains 1 additional attack during each battle phase this turn. With this card being summoned to the field, popping 2 cards on the field, destroying the field spell, getting its attack points doubled, now having 3 attacks. This thing is absolutely insane. Don't expect to survive if you see this monster on the field. Also, while we're covering not part of the archetype, but part of the deck, we also have Dora Dora. This card's effect is basically tailor-made to support the Tenpai Dragon archetype, since it itself is also a one-card starter for them. To further support this, its name of Dora Dora is also a reference to Japanese Mahjong, since Dora tiles are a part of the game. For the rest of the Sangen cards, we have Sangen Summoning, the field spell. During your main phase 1, Fire Dragon monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. During your main phase, you can add one Tenpai Dragon monster from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. If this card is destroyed during the battle phase, you can target one Dragon Synchro monster you control, double its attack. Sangen Kaiman. Apply one of these effects, or if you activated this card during the battle phase, you can apply any of them in sequence. Add one level 4 or lower Fire Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Special summon one Fire Dragon monster from your hand. Sangen Furo. Once per turn, when a monster is destroyed by a battle involving your Fire Dragon monster, you can target one of those destroyed monsters, special summon it to your field into defense. During your opponent's end phase, you can pay 1000 life points, target one Sangen spell or trap in your grave, set it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Sangen Kaiho. During the main phase, if all monsters you control are Fire Dragon monsters, minimum of 1, and your opponent controls more monsters than you do, end the main phase. If 3 or more attacks have been declared this turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, draw 1 card, then you can special summon any number of Tenpai Dragon monsters from your hand. And with that, that is the Tenpai Dragon archetype done. Do you like them, dislike them, do you play them, or do you kind of hate them? Thank you all for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Catch you later.